Hello guys and welcome to another YouTube educational short. So it is coming to multiple peak weeks for multiple clients. So I thought I would jump on today and talk about refeeds. What is a refeed? What is it for? How can it work? When is the right time to use one? Now I think this is something that is very commonly misunderstood. It's very commonly misused. I talk about it like it's a drug. Give me the carbs. What is it for? It's one of those things that seems to be thrown around as a bit of a buzzword, as a bit of a buzz tool. Like, oh, my coach is giving me a refeed. Oh, like I'm giving all my clients these refeeds. Look at the hundreds and hundreds of grams of carbs that I'm giving my clients. Oh, burgers and fries, burgers and fries. Like I feel like it seems to have lost what it's actually used for and its purpose. And I think that is what gives it the maybe misunderstood rap and reputation that it has. One thing that I see all too often is a client suggesting that they feel that they need a refeed. Now, a refeed is most definitely not something you have when you're just fed up of dieting, or when you're bored of eating the same foods, or when you're struggling. That's not what a refeed is for. A refeed, I actually hate the terminology refeed as well. Like, you're being fed, you're not refed, you're not starved. Like, it's just something that I find, again, it just seems one of these very kind of cheesy buzzwords that's used in the fitness industry. Now, for me, what it's used for and its purpose and a very, very good benefit is a switch off. It's to relax. It's to take time away from the mental exertion and the mental preparation and the physical act of doing the same monotonous task over and over and over and over again. Now, that doesn't mean the first moment you find it difficult is, oh, refeed. It's when the body is showing signs of reduced results, when the mind is showing massive signs of fatigue. When you see a client or an athlete really struggling in regards to things like concentration, mood, sleep, fatigue, general energy from day-to-day activity. And yes, of course, all of these things are going to be very, very prominent when you're deep in a competition prep. But there comes a point when that athlete just needs a meal to just go, do you know what? Switch off, unwind. This is what I'd like you to have. This is the setting that I'd like you to have it in. Just go and switch off and just be a human. Now, for example, I personally don't like to give refeeds unless it is truly necessary, because it builds a negative relationship for that athlete in regards to prep, or it builds a negative relationship in regards to food, potentially, not always. And what will happen is, the moment someone feels tired, or the moment someone struggles, or the moment someone, tends to find negative, and clients or competitors or athletes, they will look for those negatives. It is very prominent. They think, oh shit, refeed, I need it now. I need it now. Must have it. Like, must be a burger, must be fries. Like, the burger and fries is gonna massively ruin digestion. It's something that the body hasn't had for such a long period of time. So it seems no sense to me to put that in as a switch off, as a relaxant, because one, it's gonna create potential anxiety. Two, you're giving someone who has literally, well, potentially obsessed over food for however many weeks, you're giving them that food obsession. It sparks disaster. So for me, something that is very, very close to plan, or something that is on plan, or more of it. So whether it's a higher potato meal, whether it's a higher carb-based meal, whether it is something like their last meal of the day is chicken, rice, or chicken and potatoes, to then say, right, okay, go to Nando's, like have something like that that's going to give you a little bit of a mental break away from prep, from the mindset of steps, cardio, training. Like, the show is in 2 weeks' time. I'm feeling so fucking nervous and anxious about it. I can't switch off. It just gives them a little bit of a breakaway and just gives them time to not think about that, which 9 times out of 10 is more of a psychological release. Now, it's that in itself that then creates the more positive environment for that athlete. It's not so much the food itself. That food isn't going to recharge the energy stores that have been depleted over the last 16 to 20 weeks. That one meal, which potentially is a couple of hundred calories higher than the usual meal, is not going to fuel them for the remaining 2-3 weeks of prep. 9 times out of 10, they might feel a little bit better the next day, but that's going to be, again, a lot of that is more of a psychological release or a psychological boost rather than the food itself. If you tell someone, here's more food, psychologically they're going to think, I've got more energy. If you tell someone, right, I'm going to cut your calories, they're going to think, shit, I've got no energy. It's very much a thought process, or not a placebo, but if you think it, it generally happens. So to give an athlete or a client, when they are really deep in that hole of fatigue, sleep's bad, mood's off, energy's low, to just say, do you know what, take an evening to just relax, here's some more food, you almost hear the sigh of relief, because they just feel like, okay, I get a little bit of a mental relax, I get a little bit of a mental break from it, I'm gonna have this food, and you almost see them just prep and plan the day, and they're just more upbeat, more energetic, and guarantee you every day, the next day they check in, they will 100% look better, feel better, have more energy, and be 100% more positive. 9 times out of 10, that's not the food that's actually done the act. It's the mindset and the relaxing situation of giving them a few hours off, of being a die-hard bodybuilder. That to me is what a refeed should be. That's the environment that it should be set in. Not saying to someone, congratulations, you've dieted for like 16 weeks, you're tired, you're flat, your digestive system and everything is such a delicate, heightened situation, go have a 5 guys. That's not gonna, I'm pretty sure that person will wake up tomorrow with distended abs, feeling like shit, and probably stopping themselves from shitting through the eye of a needle. It's not, I laugh, but to me, it's not a positive environment, especially if someone's been dieting down so hard and they're looking after every single variable to then throw something like that in. It's not the one. It's not the one. Anyway, guys, that's my 2 cents on it. That's my interpretation of what I feel is or should be seen as a refeed. It's what I do with my clients, and something that I have seen time and time again work very, very beneficial when it's used correctly. If it's not, it can often lead to problems. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in as always. Take care, much love, and I will see you all for the next one soon.